statement stating that you have non-immigrant intent, that you will leave the US. And in reality, the great majority of my clients get E-2 approval with just that, without proving ties to home country, without having to prove any further of non-immigrant intent. However, visa officers look at the holistic picture. In the visa application, they will ask you, do you have any US family members? Do you have any US ties? And they will consider that. So, I've handled so many of these cases, and most of my clients actually have some relatives in the US. Some have very close family members, siblings, parents, grandparents. Some have distant relatives. Some have just friends. So I will ask you that question in my one-on-one consultation to find out the degree of US family ties and how they immigrated to the United States. I'll give you an example. This is probably about 15 years ago. I applied for an E-2 visa for a client from a Middle Eastern country, and he had significant family ties in the US. All his siblings were in the US, and his siblings got their green cards, immigration through asylum, meaning they never want to go back to their home country again. Even though he had a great business, he employed like 6, 7 employees and was making a lot of money. They denied him the E-2 visa for that reason alone, because when they realized how his brothers immigrated to the USA, they were fearful that he might do the same. So they do imply some of the intentions of family members. So a family member came based on marriage immigration, employment immigration, then that's less of a risk. So I typically will do an interview of the client, of the family background in the USA, for my analysis and understanding. And if I feel like it might be a risk factor, I will make it known to you. And then if there is a risk factor, then we need to affirmatively satisfy the immigration officer with compensating evidence to overcome their potential concerns.